Oh, of course. Wait. One moment. Because
Oh, what?
you disappeared, but that's okay. That's normal because No, wait. Wait. No, it's normal. That's okay. That's good. That's normal because I disconnected from the connection for one moment. So of course the room went away, but that's normal.
Went down. Oh,
went down,
I
but
see.
that's completely
Okay.
fine. That's completely normal. Okay, we're back. By the way, the reason I was laughing earlier, it's because hello, we're back. Yes, it's because I didn't notice the text box. Until now, and I turned to the game and I read anger, sadness, and these are my actual feelings right now because the reason the stream wasn't working was a very stupid one.
Perfection.
What? Perfection?
See? It was all Beatrice's plan.
No, literally, the reason with why the stream wasn't working is because the computer on its own decided, because yes, that it shouldn't connect to the 5 GHz connection, but to the 2.5, because I don't know. I'm always connected to the 5 GHz one, but today say I don't feel like doing that. I feel like no. Let's change gigahertz. Let's say frequency of connection because yeah.
Why not?
Why not?
We can.
Yeah, because I can do it. So let's just do that. By the way, anger, sadness. He's gone. Before I go crazy myself.
Anger,
we basically
sadness.
did nothing, so let's just continue from where I left. Please, Ofi, read. Before I killed someone, read.
Anger, sadness.
Don't laugh.
Oh my god. Wait, what?
No, I'm clicking now. I'm clicking now, don't worry.
Okay.
I was laughing myself. Probably the mic wasn't catching it, but I was laughing.
Okay. The opposing emotions all swirled up together, and they started to suck me in. That's you!
That's me. Literally me 2 seconds ago.
Unable to resist, I could do nothing but cover my eyes with my hands and trust to my mind and body as I started getting sucked in.
Oh, wait, it happens because the game really wanted me to feel these things.
Yes,
see.
exactly.
I see now. Game
all
really
according to Keikaku.
All according to Keikaku, yes. Keikaku means plan.
Keikaku means plan.
Yes. Yeah, of course. The game wanted me to feel the real feelings of Butler, so he said, you know what? Let's make it that work.
The scene ended.
Oh, okay, so we couldn't wait for the scene to end? Okay, whatever.
Okay. As I started losing heart, I began to recall a memory from when I was small. It was from when I was very young. I had unfortunately seen a scary occult movie on TV, and for a while, I hadn't been able to go to the bathroom by myself.
Oh, classic.
That old bastard gave an exaggerated laugh and said this.
なあバトラ、どうして悪魔だのオカルトだのってのをわざわざこうして映画にすると思う？ねえからだよ。ねえからわざわざ見たくて作るんだよ。
Okay.
だから俺はオカルト映画なんてちゃんちゃらおかしくて笑っちまうってんだ。
That's why those occult movies just make me laugh.
俺に言わせりゃ、悪魔やら妖怪やらより 今年度の収支報告や機嫌を悪くした女房の方が1億倍も怖えってもんだぜ。
That's an interesting take.
Honestly, real.
Yeah.
Real, very real.
さらに言うぜ。怖がるってのは、心と生活にゆとりのある連中の娯楽的感情なのさ。暇でしょうがないから。連中は変わった感情で心を遊ばせたくて、悪魔だの、オカルトだのって文化を作り出したんだよ。
Okay.
Seriously, why have I been acting so damn thick-headed? I was totally taken in. Don't try to mess with me. This is the human world.
Oh, thank you for the follow, Modern Kale. Is it gonna drop?
Yes, wait a sec. This is the tame version. I can say this.
Okay, let us continue in the meantime. The drop is never going to happen until it's going to happen. Oh, okay. Ooh. It reminds me of something. This music.
007?
Yes, but no. Could be though.
I think this soundtrack is called Core. I'm not too
Core?
sure though. Core, yes.
I don't really
And there is
I don't
a
really grasp what
song.
this song reminds me of, but it's familiar in a way. I don't know.
I don't give a damn about witches, demons, magic circles, and sacrifices. The human who killed Dad and everyone else is still on this island.
Sorry, I was confused by the
That's
music.
all there is to it, right? The next person who started speaking to my heart was Kiryu-san.
You know what this initial part reminds me of a little bit? Crash Bandicoot.
Oh, I have to take your word for it because I don't know
This
one thing about...
just a little bit.
Hmm.
Just a beat. That beat. Kinda a little bit.
チェスや将棋ってね、終盤の終盤、詰めの最後の段階に入れば入るほど最善手は限られてくるのよ。
Okay.
だから自分が追い詰めている、あるいは追い詰められているというその時、両者の手は限りなく読みやすくなるのよ。つまり完全に追い詰められて打つ手なしって思ったその時こそ最も読みやすい瞬間なのよ。でも守勢に立った人間はどうしても考えが固くなって相手の手を読むことにまで考えが至らない。そういう時はね、チェス盤をひっくり返すの。
Okay. Still this thing about spin the chessboard.
With all my strength, I slapped my face with both hands. Now, my eyes were truly open. When you don't understand anything and you're completely cornered, just like I am now, isn't that the perfect time to spin the chessboard around?
I have to be honest, this theme right now may be my favorite until now.
Yeah, understandable. While on the defensive, we can't even guess at the culprit scheme. If we spin it around and look at it that way, just what might we see? That's a weird sentence.
Yes.
First off,
Kind of strange, but still.
at the time the culprit committed the murders, they knew the island was being cut off by the typhoon.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, they should have understood that even if they carried out the murders, they wouldn't be able to get away early the next morning.
Yes.
In short, the culprit had begun without securing a way to escape. Furthermore, that bastard tossed the corpses in the storehouse. Dan was even kind enough to say, "Here they are," with that weird bit of graffiti.
Yeah, but that's the only point that doesn't convince me. The, hey, look at here. Because you don't want them to be found as long as possible, usually.
In other words, since we'd probably find the corpses sooner or later, they wanted to show them to us.
Yes, but still doesn't convince me 100%. There must be if it is like that, there must be a reason that I'm not seeing right now. Because why put him in there where you could, like, let's say, hide them in the woods where they could get eaten by animals, probably never found. It's as small as an island can be. It's still an island inhabited only by them, and so mostly wild, probably.
Probably. We'd all been dim. And I then noticed the storage shed. The culprit's goal would not have been achieved.
Yes, if that is the point, if that's the thing, and looks like it is, because why taking the time to make the magic circle and everything else? There must be a reason for that. That's really that really stand out. So you're basically saying, look at here, like you were saying, like you were saying earlier.
Yeah.
The only thing is, we're missing why.
If you think about it that way, that bastard of a culprit. Since this morning, they must have been watching our every move with bated breath. After all, if we hadn't been so kind as to discover what was at the storehouse, all of that hard work and preparation they did last night would have just gone poof.
Okay.
What did the culprit want to make us feel by showing us the corpses in the storehouse?
Probably sad, anger, desperation, all that stuff.
All 6 of the bodies had their faces noticeably destroyed. Was it a grudge?
If it was, who had the grudge against Shannon? For what we know, of course, no one.
Yeah.
Or... oh no, there is someone. There is
Natsuhi?
someone. Why Natsuhi?
Natsuhi, Eva.
Eva. Eva.
You saw Shannon doing making Natsuhiro's face in front of the family members.
You killed
a
someone
T.
just for that?
Maybe it was a build-up. How do you know?
Yes, but I feel it. Listen, when you're no, listen to this.
Yes.
You have a son that you're making it grow as the perfect boy that will inherit everything of the family, George, and that same son decides that he wants to marry someone as lowly as a maid can be. That's a little bit bigger than just making you lose face in front of other people. It could still be Natsuhi, yes, but it doesn't explain the death of the other 5. Why Natsuhi should kill, like, I mean, there's a reason why she should kill the other, but even her husband.
There was a scene, the gold scene, but still, I agree.
Why the husband though? I don't think Ansui is a suspect because she's working in quotes, of course. Not I mean working in the mere sense of it. I mean working is like collaborating, let's say, with her husband. So why killing him if all you're doing is also for him, for herself, but also for him?
Yeah, good. It's sound. Sound argument.
And so yeah, Eva is the again suspect number one.
Eva, suspect number 1. A warning. The defacement of the bodies had occurred after death. So it hadn't been the means by which the culprit had killed. It didn't mean anything to those who had been killed. It did have meaning to those who found the bodies. The culprit wanted to make it appear that they had been killed so brutally. Ha!
Ah,
After thinking this way, I really want to tell that bastard to stop taking me so lightly. Could just dance to that tune. If you're told please be scared, can't you just say really? Sure thing.
you can't just say really sure thing.
You can just say, yeah, sorry.
No, that's great. But the thing is that it's a completely different meaning if you swap the two
Yeah.
words.
Sorry. When someone tells the great Shiromiya Butler the entrance is right here, I'm the kind of guy who'll start wanting to sneak in through the window.
Oh, yes, me, totally me, yes. You should do this. I'm not gonna do that on purpose now that you told me.
The next thing that had me concerned, oh my god, was that so-called magic circle on the shutter.
The only thing that one could argue is that the magic circle looks it's real. It's very real. Even Maria said that's the real thing. That's the real deal. So it's not like because it could have been any type of sign like a pentacle. If you make it generic because so it's someone that knows about this stuff at least.
Yes. As Maria, who had shown her that her knowledge of the occult rivaled grandfathers, had recognized that magic circle was genuine. They must have drawn that thing in pitch black darkness, taking a lot of time and holding an umbrella in one hand. Isn't that amount of hard work and perfectionism impressive?
Yeah.
What purpose would have been worth all of that effort?
The purpose could have been for, hey, look, it's not me, it's the witch. See, they didn't do that. It was the witch, so they had to make it look real because they know there's
Maria.
Yes, and also Kinzo is an expert on the matter, so they had to cover it. They have to make it look real. I'm looking this in the most. Right now, the way I'm looking this is like magic doesn't exist, the witch is not real, everything like that. I'm looking this in this way right now.
Okay.
Really Butler point of view, let's say.
Understandable. If we were looking for a fan of the occult in this mansion, most likely, all of us would naturally suspect the grandfather. Did they want to make us think grandfather was involved?
No, because the letter was from the witch, so they wanted to say the witch did that.
But if that's all they wanted, they could have just drawn any old scribble that looked like a magic circle.
Also that.
It wasn't like any of us amateurs would have been able to tell the difference between genuine and fake. However, this magic circle was genuine, and furthermore, it had been written in Hebrew. So this magic circle had a message that could only be understood by someone with knowledge of the occult. A message is a form of communication.
People died when they are killed.
By sending it, they were hoping for a reaction. A reaction? For some reason, we couldn't find Grandfather now. I don't know how Grandfather might have spotted the magic circle on the shutter. But he did choose to hide himself in reaction to that.
Honestly, my personal opinion is that his grandfather saw his waifu and said, "Oh my god, my wife! I'm gonna follow her." Probably.
It would have been... I don't think he would be impressed by something like this, but if he saw Beatrice,
Yeah,
like,
it would be.
in the
Oh
garden.
man, she
Yeah.
saw her in the garden, or even somewhere in. She knew that was outside somewhere, and said, "Oh yeah, well guys, I'm out of here. I'm going with my waifu.
Yes,
I mean, I'm gonna
Maybe
die,
she-
so I'm going with my waifu. Who's gonna stop me? Try and stop me."
Yes. No, it was a trap to make us suspect that the grandfather had participated.
Was it a trap?
Was it? Oh my god.
It's a question.
I will... Yes. You could read it either way. Damn, that's annoying. Yes, that's annoying! What sentences are annoying?
Yeah.
What kind of reaction was the culprit hoping to get out of us by putting on this occult show? Somehow, that felt like the culprit's weak point. The letter from Beatrice that Maria had read aloud during last night's dinner sprang back into my mind. This was a freak who asked us to enjoy a battle of wits. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
This is a battle of wits between us and the witch. Will we be sucked up by her occult game first? Or will we pull off her fake skin first? There's a whole day until the typhoon passes. Why not enjoy ourselves?
What if the game in the end was gonna play the card, all of this was a fake, and no one is really dead in the end because everything was like a theatrical thing to make you look like magic is real and stuff like that. And in the end, this was all just a play to make all just a play from Kinzo to choose the one who inherit the gold and everything else.
I was about to say that it would be a pretty important effort to put this kind of show up.
Yeah,
but I mean, it's Kinzo.
It's Kinzo.
And they're wealthy.
It definitely got the money to do that.
He got the money.
The doctor
he got the
could be-
personality.
The doctor could be into it because he's his friend.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing is the bodies. The bodies looks very real, but it could be special effect from movies and stuff like that. It's not that hard. If you have the money, you can definitely find stuff that looks like real dead people, like those silicone body double they use in the movies. They can look very real, and it's stuff they even did in like the 70s and the 80s. It looks very realistic because it's just stuff that is sculpted by hand.
If we are looking at this whole thing from the perspective of Butler trying to find a culprit without involving magic,
Yeah, of
think
course
this
I'm
could make
thinking
sense.
all this reasoning is no, the magic is real.
Okay. I think it could make sense. There's no reason to doubt that it isn't.
Yeah,
They're
this
wealthy.
this has
Kinzo
all
is completely out of his mind.
this has all been Scooby Doo since the start. I see. Because the Scooby Doo, there's ghosts and stuff, but none of that is real anytime in all the episodes. It's never real. It's all like someone in a costume and a special effect and stuff like that.
Okay.
That's what I honestly thought about that.
No. It's a sound argument. Once again, I don't see anything wrong with it.
It could be just a very big act from Kinzo, and maybe Beatrice more than a witch is like a friend of him that organized the entire thing.
Yeah, someone who agreed.
Someone who agreed,
Someone
or
who
could be
looks like the
could be no, it could be
picture.
it could be the one in the picture because the thing he organized that from from a very long time. It was waiting for a moment to do this.
Mm.
And even the fact that he's dying could be not real, and it could be just an act, and the doctor is into it again.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know.
Could be.
I'm exploring every type of thing that it could be right now.
You're doing good. Good job.
Everyone had sunk into the favorite sofa, some deep in tabbed. Please go on.
Yes. Some irritated, some acting depressed. Maria was once again enjoying the TV, as if she's never left it.
I'm phased by it. I would like to pinpoint that they told her, hey, your mom's dead.
And she was like,
Yeah, it's
fine.
a witch. She basically could have said that bitch deserved it, and
Yeah.
honestly, I wouldn't have a counter argument, but okay.
It looked like she found the commercials more fun than the boring program, and she happily yelled, ooh, ooh, and giggled.
Honestly, if it's the Japanese commercial, yes.
Yes. Long, long man.
And also, I've showed you some of the jiggles from the commercials, and I swear to God, the Don Quixote one and the big camera one from Japan, they live rent free in my head. Every now and then I'm like, biku 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 camera, and I'm like, why? I swear.
I stared at each person's appearance in turn. If there isn't a 19th person, the culprit must be in this room.
Been Jessica all along. It's just she was just on the screen.
Happy Maria is happy.
Yes.
The culprit was Butler all along.
All this reasoning. He's the main character. All this reasoning for nothing.
Right now, Aunt Natsuhi is searching the mansion with the servants, right? Then we shouldn't say in this room. In this mansion is where the culprit has to be. After all, it's possible Aunt Natsuhi was behind this.
Yes.
And we still can't deny that one of the servants might be the killer.
Mm-hmm. I clicked. Okay.
Okay. Anyone could be guilty.
It didn't restart the click for some reason.
It's okay. Still, Aunt Natsuhi and the rest sure are taking their time.
Well, someone died. They're probably trying to contact outside of the island or something.
or something.
It could be. I mean,
Of course, it's not a small mansion, but isn't this taking a little too long just to walk around, checking the windows and doors?
yeah, but I don't know.
Just as I was thinking this, Aunt Natsuhi and the rest returned. Not one of them was missing. But our relief was short-lived. Everyone looked at Aunt Natsuhi in shock. The talk I'd had with Aunt Eva started to creep behind my mind. The possibility that the culprits had enough in numbers or weapons to kill all of those 6 at once.
Mm-hmm.
驚かせてしまいましたね。
Oh, okay. I understand that why. Okay. I mean, I mean,
Suddenly,
she got the gun. Okay.
gun.
Yes. Okay. I would be a little startled in the situation as well. So, like,
Yes.
you see 6 people dead, and then your aunt comes out with the shotgun. I would be kind of like, what the fuck?
万が一に備えて持ってきたものです。
Argument taken, though.
Yes. After all, the thing in Aunt Natsuhi's hand was a rifle. At a glance, its silhouette looked a lot like a hunting gun.
Mm-hmm.
But it was unusually short and kinda looked like a kid-sized weapon.
It's one of those shotgun short.
However, it
Sure.
had a weightiness to it that made it clear it was no kid's toy.
それは金蔵さんの銃ですな。
Yeah, until something for hands.
ご存知でしたか。そうです。お父様の古いコレクションの中にあったことを思い出し、探し出してきました。
ひゅー、すっげえ。夏日おばさん、それ本物なんすか？
Did he got ammo though?
ええ、本物です。実弾を発砲できますよ。昔お父様は野鳥を追い払うのに使ったりしていました。
Okay.
あら懐かしい。どこから出てきたんやら。私がいくら触らせてって言っても指一本触れさせてくれなかったやつよ。
Understandable, especially for you. Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
へえ、じいさまこんなの持ってたんですか。知らなかったですよ。
お父様は昔西部劇にどっぷり使ってたことがあってね。
Okay.
More to his
Was
collection
it-
of weird stuff.
Was it like watching a fistful of dollars or something like that? You know that when a man with a gun meets a man with
Yes.
a rifle. What I don't remember the exact words.
I don't know.
the man with
because
a
I
gun
never-
is a dead
never
man.
watched it. Yes.
You never watched it? Really?
No, I
You never
haven't.
watched a
No, I
single-
haven't.
You never watched a single
No.
Western movie?
I don't think so.
Okay, no, really. You should watch at least a fistful of dollars. Per un pugno di dollari, it's in Italian.
Okay. Yeah.
Honestly, that movie is very modern with the rhythms. With the rhythm, it's not like you can't think about a note. It's very very tense all the time. Everything really works. And
Okay.
and also the music. I mean, Ennio Morricone. So.
Oh, okay. Of course.
So you already know, but that is a great movie, honestly.
Okay, I will watch it.
I
one day.
definitely recommend it. You may think it's a very old movie, it's like it's not enjoyable right now. Not true. Not true. Definitely enjoyable right now. It could be a movie that comes out now.
No, but I don't have anything against old movies. It's
No,
just
no,
that
but-
I've never had the occasion to watch them.
No, it's someone, if you think about older movie, could say, oh yeah, it's not modern. It could be like the rhythm could be a bit strange. There could be some stuff that like special effect or other things that some people may not
Oh.
enjoy. I could it's a valid argument in my opinion, but that movie doesn't have any of that stuff. Everything looks very real, and the characters are very real, and the acting is supreme. So
Okay.
I definitely recommend.
Okay, I'll take your recommendation then.
By the way, cowboy films.
あの世代はこういうライフル銃が大好きなのよ。
結構年季の入った銃のようですね。
Of course he knows.
こんな短い仕様のは初めて見
Yeah,
ました
probably the long thing could have been so long.
ああ、思い出したわ、その銃。懐かしいな。昔好きやった映画のガンマンが派手にぶっ放しとったやつだわ。
Is that a real movie?
I don't know.
Let me Google it.
What?
Let me Google it.
Wanted alive. Yes.
Yes, it is a real movie. Oh, but it's not on Western though.
Mm.
I didn't know about that. Okay.
お父さんも渋いな。
親方様がだいぶ昔に
Of course.
ア
Of
メリカ
course.
より特別にお取り寄せになられたものです。ご覧の通り実銃ですので、どうかこの件はご内密にお願いいたします。
I don't want my
の頃は大層気に入られておりまして、
Mm-hmm.
撃つより薬莢を出す動作が面白いらしくて、裏の森でいろいろとカッコつけて遊んでおられたもんですよ。
Oh, because the pump, if you know the thing when you reload the gun. I don't know how to explain that. Have you ever
No,
played like
I
a
know.
shooting game when you under the gun there's like the thing that go and
Yes.
and the empty bullet comes out. That's
Yes.
probably what they're referring to.
I think so.
しかし物騒ね。そんなものまで持ち出しちゃうのかしら。万が一に備えてです。族はおそらく一人ではないでしょう。
Honestly,
しかも
it's
主人たちを
understandable.
6人も殺した恐ろしい相手です。私には主人に代わって皆さんを明日まで守る義務がありますので。
As Natsuhi-san said this, she slumped down into one of the sofas and took a deep breath. She had been trying to find grandfather, as well as check the doors and windows. Since grandfather wasn't with her, she probably still didn't know where he was.
屋敷内の戸締まりは厳重に確認してきですが、万が一ということもあります。
I mean, if the killer is really between them, I don't know, checking the doors and the windows wouldn't do
Will
much.
not help much, yeah.
Yeah.
みんななるべくここに一緒にいた方がいいでしょう。そうね。ここに全員が集まって相互監視をしている方が安心だわ。
Better leave your mind open, Natsuhi. If you have that gun, someone could steal it.
それはどういう意味ですか、エヴァさん。別に。
Yeah, nothing really.
Oh.
Said the one with the pitchfork tongue.
夏日姉さんの意見に賛成しただけよ。
You're so Kaiva. There was a stormy atmosphere between the two of them.
Really? I wouldn't say that.
If you think about who was the most suspicious from the inheritance Barman standpoint, Onteva was the obvious answer.
Yes. I mean, all the thing would point at her at this point.
Yeah.
But it could also be on purpose.
Could be. However, there was no proof that Aunt Natsuhi was innocent. Insolent? Innocent.
Insolent?
I wish she was.
At this point, I would say that everyone is guilty until proven innocent instead of the opposite thing.
No, if you view Beatrice's letter as one of grandfather's complicated pranks, and think of this crime as just an extension of that, there's more than enough reason to suspect even grandfather.
He's also the only one that could know how to make a real magic circle between them. The other one could be Maria, but I don't think she can kill 6 people.
I don't think so.
As small as she is, at least. She could have a gun, but you can easily take it away from a kid, so yeah.
Yeah. Also, Aunt Natsuhi thought the criminal was on the outside. But Aunt Eva thought the criminal was on the inside. In short, it was the question of whether or not a 19th person exists. That same question has been repeated endlessly since last night's dinner, with the letter from the witch who called herself Beatrice. So, was the culprit among us?
Amogus.
Oh god, Amogus. Or not? And did the witch Beatrice exist? Or not? If you assume that something as stupid as a witch can't exist, you're basically saying that one of these relatives here, who share a common bloodline, is the culprit. If that was too unpleasant, I'd be much more comfortable to simply accept the fairy tale-like character of the witch.
I am personally in something in between here. Because I think the witch is real, and that means that there is a person named Beatrice that really looks like, could be a real name or a fake name, whatever, I don't care. That person that looks like that really exists, and it's somewhere. Probably somewhere on the island. And it doesn't... she could be a witch, she could not be a witch, but that's definitely someone.
Okay.
She could be working with Kinzo somehow. You know, the fake thing that I was explaining earlier. It could be that. But we also know that the adults, the daughters and sons of Kinzo, it's very noticeable if they could get away with murder, they would kill each other with not even thinking about it. So, yeah. And also remember Rudolph that said, "I'm gonna die tonight because someone is gonna kill me," and that happened.
Yes.
So he probably knew something. Or at least he could suspect something or someone for some reason.
Someone.
So it could be that he suspected one of the other sons, maybe 2. It could be like 2 person at the same time.
Could be. That's a lot of killing to do.
Yeah, I mean 6 people are a lot of it, so it could be 2 people at once. So we'll see.
A witch? A witch drawing a bizarre magic circle and offering human sacrifices? If I could accept that rubbish, I'd be able to trust all the people in this room. However, damn common sense got in the way. It kept repeating that witches don't exist. In that case, the culprit must be Amogus.
Again, Amogus.
In the middle of the seemingly endless rain, none of us could break the silence.
Oh.
Nice.
Okay. Tick, 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 tick.
Would you like to continue reading from now on?
Yes. I just have to go to the bathroom, and I'll be back.
Sure.
Let me just see if anything strange happened right now. Or this just gonna be a thing, and then I'll go. Okay, just writing.
Just a random kitchen.
Just a random kitchen. I'll be back soon.
Well, yeah. Don't mind me. I am going to drink in the meantime because. Why did you change your head? What is happening? The signal. Oh, I see why. I I just saw his body going like and then the TV happening. I see. I'm just going to drink because okay, reading and I can't read. I can read actually. I can read. I promise. It's just that when I read too much, my mouth starts to I don't know gets tangled. How can I even say that? Oh, but oh well, we did it somehow. I really hope that I'm able to hold myself from saying or looking like I know too much at
Hello, I'm back.
times. Hello.
Bam,
You're
bam.
a TV now.
Yeah, I'm not anymore. I became
Oh.
TV because of the no signal screen.
No signal, yeah. I noticed. I saw your body like convulsing randomly, and then TV.
Oh yeah, no, that's because I was like going away in that moment
Yeah.
when I did that. Okay, drink water.
No, wait. I have something to ask you because I was thinking about this. Do you sometimes feel like I'm withholding information from you,
All the
or
time.
that I'm
All the time. Honestly, all the time. I can feel that. Honestly, I can feel the urge of you. I want to say this, but I can't.
okay? Good. At least I am withholding.
I can definitely feel it in the air. I was like, oh man, I really want to say this, but I can't because it could be it would be a huge spoiler. I can definitely feel it. Do you feel that when I talk about Omori to you?
I think so.
Okay, so that's the thing. That's it.
That's okay. Okay, it's good. At least I'm not
That's
spoiling
okay.
you anything.
No, that's okay. No, I feel it, but I of course I cannot know what it is because it could be everything. All I'm just explaining my reasoning, and of course you know everything, but cannot do much about
Of course.
it. I also I'm completed in between. I really want to know right now, and no, I don't want to know because that would be a spoiler. I want to see how it's gonna go on its own.
I promise. When the time is right and you're going to discover all of this yourself, you're going to implode.
Probably.
I
The
promise you.
thing, one thing that this game does is the build up. And it is still going, and I wasn't expecting the build up to go this much on for this long. And the thing is, it does it very well because it's like, oh yeah, there's this mystery, and also, hey, but have you thought about this? And wait, look at that thing also, and ooh, this is also a thing that nobody knows. And it could be like that, but it could also be in the other way. But if you think about it, it could also be because of that. That's the suspect number one, but it also could be because everyone is pointing fingers. So.
I love this game so much.
It's like, yeah. Also, I really like this because, as I said already, I when I was a kid, I wanted to be a detective because, you know, this really makes my inner child very happy about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is a very cool looking kitchen.
Yeah, kitchen. Lunch ended and the servant removed the tableware and went to the kitchen. The wind and the rain neither weakened nor strengthened, and the island remained cut off from the outside world. At first, it seemed as though Natsuhi planned to stop anyone from taking a step outside the room, but when it came time to prepare lunch, she finally realized this would be impossible. However, in order to avoid having anyone alone in the kitchen, she told the 3 servants to go together. Wait, one moment. I think I lost someone thing in the middle. Oh, okay. Okay, I got it right now. She basically was saying, yeah, it would be better if anyone would stay here, but someone
Yeah.
have to cook, so yeah.
Yes.
Because of that, the servants were the first one given the right to leave the stuffy parlor, which had been packed with 11 people. St. Breathless had immediately followed that terrible incident, preventing most of us from eating much. Everyone tore into their lunches in silence.
私が洗いますから、源氏さんとカノン君は少し休んでいてくださいな。何か飲みます？
私は結構。カノンは？
僕も結構です。
Kiko is nothing.
早朝から大変だったでしょう。
Kiko is nothing.
Gekko is enough.
It's like they're saying that I had enough or something like that.
Yes.
Okay, a little bit different from the translation, but okay, it's adaptation. It's okay.
参ってしまうのも仕方ないことですよ。
The only noise was that of Kumasawa washing the dishes, which resounded through the kitchen. Genjin Kano sat in some chair, a short instant away, their eyes lightly closed. Just as Kumasawa said, those two probably had built up a great deal of fatigue. Why did I say dial? But that didn't mean they could let the show in front of the relatives. Avoiding that was one of their virtues. After the silence had continued for some time, Canon opened his mouth and muttered.
シャノン、どうしてあんなひどい死に方を。
死に方のことは忘れなさい。ただ、運がなかっただけだ。
Do you know something?
そうですね。ただ、運がなかった。
Do you also know something? They both were silent once again.
They all knew that this was a roulette.
Yeah, they also seem to know about Beatrice. I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
even Canon said that once he saw her, the butterflies thing. Canon's expression was filled with grief.
シャノンちゃんが死んじゃったなんて、未だに信じられませんよ。本当にかわいそうに。もう会えないなんて嘘みたいですよ。
What?
Who cares about Koda?
No one.
Just
They are not even mentioning him.
Exactly.
もう一度
Just Chan.
あの子の笑顔が見たかったのに。
Kumasawa spoke with her back facing them. After all, Kumasawa hadn't seen Shannon's corpse, so she had no trouble mentioning Shannon's face. When Kano heard those words, it reminded him again of how only half of Shannon's face has been left, and his grieving expression twisted even further.
どうしてベアトリーチェ様はシャノンを。生贄が欲しかったなら他にも大勢いただろうに。 うしてどうして。
ただ運が悪かっただけだ。少しの運がたがえばシャノンの代わりにあそこに横たわっていたのは私だったのかもしれないし、お前だったのかもしれない。あるいは他の誰かだったのかもしれない。全ては運命だ。
Okay. It makes sense because they know about Kinzo doing the thing with the six people. Yeah, they know about that, all of that.
源氏様、奥様の部屋の扉に血のような跡がついていたとおっしゃっていましたね。シャッターに書かれていたのと同じもので。
君の悪い跡だった。
Could it be that the charm really worked?
Looks like it.
Yeah.
扉をかき破ろうとしたのか。そんな君の悪い跡だった。
ベアトリーチェ様が奥様の部屋を訪れて、そして扉を開こうとしたけれど。
Oh, the blood is because she killed the other once, someone else, and then she came to the door, but she couldn't open it because of the charm.
開けなかった。
Genji thought back to the time he had seen the stretches of blood on the door to Natsuhi's room. The sun started sticking to the door around the doorknob, and the marks of something scratching against the door. It had definitely appeared as though someone had tried to open the door but couldn't.
どうして奥様は生贄を免れたんだ。
Because of that thing.
もし奥様が選ばれてたなら、シャノンは。
Maybe instead of Shannon, it could have been anyone else of the six, so.
Yes.
シャノンは死ななくて済んだのに。
Just then, a loud, sharp noises came in from the hall. Both of them turned around, surprised.
面白そうな話じゃねえか。
Oh, bastard!
俺も混ぜてくれよ。
Before anyone of the seven realized it, Butler was standing in the doorway to the kitchen.
バトラ様、これは失礼いたしました。
Yeah! Genji and Canon stood up surprised and Astly both didn't care about stuff like that. I didn't care about stuff like that. I was more concerned with continuing their discussion.
便所って言って抜けさせてもらったのさ。ずっとあの部屋に閉じ込められてると窒息しちまいそうだったからな。水でも飲ませてもらおうかと思ったら面白そうな話が聞こえてきたんだよ。頭なんか下げなくていいぜ。今の話の続きを聞かせてくれよ。
今のは別に。
Yeah. Okay, you cannot avoid that right now, dude.
Yeah, no.
ちょいと前から
You've been
話を聞かせ
busted.
てもらってるんだ。今さ
There we
ら
go.
隠すなよ。
Yeah, that completely busted.
だからベアトリーチェってのは何者だ。どうやらおとぎ話の魔女ってだけじゃなさそうだな。
Canon-kun averted his gaze. It was obvious that he didn't want to talk about this, which only made me want to ask even more. While making an effort to smile, I grabbed the collar of his shirt.
夕べまでなら俺は無関係さ。だがな、今朝からは違う。親父たちを殺された時点で、俺は立派な関係者だ。俺にも、そのうさんくさそうな話を聞かせてもらう資格があるはずだぜ。
I glared into Canon's eyes as he continued to avert his gaze in apparent pain. Since there was a big difference in our age, Canon had to stand on his toes, and he looked he thought a bit.
バトラさん、手を離してやってください。別にカノンさんは隠しているわけではないのです。
Not true, but okay.
じゃあ話してくれたっていいじゃねえか。仲間外れたら寂しいぜ。
When I tried to pour the twist up his collar, Genji cut between us and spoke. Any expression where faint traces that made up his mind to do something. Apparently, he had no intention of hiding it.
お話しすることはできます。ただ、バトラ様がお気を悪くなされるかもしれませんので、カノンは
躊躇なんて男らしくねえぜ。
うん。
内緒にされる方が気持ち悪いさ。
Mm-hmm.
聞かせてくれよ。どうせ明日までできることはないんだ。多少はうさんくさい話の方が退屈も紛れるってもんだぜ。
Genji-san and Kanokun looked at each other and then nodded as though they decided to talk.
わかりました。何でもお聞きください。お話しします。
ああ。じゃあ聞くぜ。ベアトリーチェってのは一体何なんだ。俺が知ってる限りでは、ロケン島の森に住まう魔女ってことになってる。
Okay.
違うのか。
いえ、違いません。その通りです。ベアトリーチェ様は、ロッケン島の森に住まわれる魔女であらせられます。
バトラ様、にわかには信じられないでしょうが、ベアトリーチェ様は存在する
Okay, so we have confirmation that she exists.
親方様に莫大な黄金を授け、長いことおそばにお使い。
はあ？よせやよせや。じい様の受け売りを言うのも給料のうちだってのか？
No, I don't think so at this point. He's not even here. I laughed at like it was a joke, but neither Genji-san or Kanokun laughed. Not even Kumasawa Bachan, who was avoiding my eyes, flustered as she started making the dishes. So unfortunately, I was the only one laughing. Painfully, bitterly.
なるほど。源氏さんが断るだけはあるぜ。こいつは確かに正気じゃ気を悪くする。つまり、ベアトリーチェっていう名の人物は実在するんだな。
はい。親方様がこの島にお屋敷を構える以前からずっとお仕えしている方でございます。おそらく私よりも長くお仕えしているでしょう。
Okay.
なんてこった。キリエさんの仮説は外れたな。じい様にベアトリーチェという名
Yeah,
の
but makes sense. How Kira could have known about that? It would, from her point of view, it would make more sense that she didn't exist. It was all a made-up story.
そいつは今この島にいるんだな。
はい、いらっしゃっていると思います。
Oh, even the thunder in the background. Okay.
ってことは、昨日今日そいつの顔を見たってわけじゃなさそうだな。
はい。大変申し上げがたいのですが、その。
Hanon-kun once again dropped his gaze, avoiding my eyes.
なんだよ、そこで切るなよ。鮮度目みたいで気持ち悪いぜ。
I urged him jokingly on him or jokingly again. However, it looked like Kanon was still confused as to whether he should speak or not. And Kumasawa Bashan whispered.
お顔を見ようにも、ベアトリーチェ様にはお姿がありませんから。
Eh?
お姿が？なんだって？
ベアトリーチェ様にはお体がありません。ですから、ベアトリーチェ様がお望みにならない限り、私ども凡庸では。ベアトリーチェ様が人の姿をされていた頃の絵が、あの肖像画、そのお姿を懐かしみ、よく肖像画の前に佇まれているそうな。
ベアトリーチェ様は時折、輝く蝶の姿に身を変えられて現れることがあります。万一お屋敷の中でお見かけした場合には、 決してその後を追ってはな
Oh,
らない
or
決
else
ま
you'd
りです。
probably die. And yeah.
追えば不幸があると囁かれています。
There
そ
we
の
go.
金を破り、大怪我をして辞めた使用人も実際にいます。
おいおい、マジかよ。あんたら、本気でそんな話をしているのかよ。
バトラス様、すでにベアトリーチェ様がお越しになっておられます。そのようなお言葉はよろしくないかと思う。
ベアトリーチェ様はご自身を冒涜される方を好みません。その存在を疑えば必ずや不幸が降りかかるでしょう。
バトラさん、気持ちの悪いお話とお思いでしょ。ですがね、ベアトリーチェ様はいるんですよ。
Why existing quotes?
います。それを疑われることをベアトリーチェ様はことのほか嫌われます。
わかりませんか、バトラ様。
I want to pinpoint something. This thing of hating people that doesn't believe in said thing, spirit, or everything, it's very yokai-like. The thing is, if you don't believe in it, you're gonna get hit by that.
Ah, okay.
And it makes sense because of like 99% or maybe even 100% of the Japanese spirit or yokais or stuff are made up for kids to not do the thing they shouldn't supposed to do. Like, think about the kappas, okay? The kappa, they steal the kids that goes too much close to the rivers. That's a way to say, kid, don't go there or you fell into the river and die. So it's very, but you cannot say that to a kid, so you have to make up something. You say, oh, if you go there, there's gonna be an evil spirit that catches you and you're gonna die because of that. So you have to make up something.
Yes.
The majority of the yokais and stuff are made up like that. But the thing is, also to make the thing real for the kid, is if you don't believe in that, that is gonna happen to you. That is a way of saying if you don't obey, that is gonna happen to you. Same thing. Makes sense.
ベアトリーチェ様は今すでにここにお越しになっ。
おいおい、よせよ。俺、そういうのは弱いんだぜ。脅しっこなしにしろい。
However, there was no trace of a joke in the eyes of the three servants. On the surface, I laughed and tried to look unconcerned, but I was quickly starting to sober up. Their eyes were also sobering up fast.
バトラさん、お願いですから、ベアトリーチェ様を冒涜することはおやめください。悪いことは申し上げません。
Kumasawa Bashan was usually cheerful and would always tease people. Now spoke with a totally serious face.
いや、いるって言われてもよ。俺には何も見えないぜ。今、俺の隣にいるとでも言うのかよ。冗談よせや。
Could you imagine?
Cuckoo.
Oh, she's gonna be next to him now and is gonna have an heart attack because of that. Just that, then a nervous laugh suddenly filled the kitchen. Again with this, okay. When I turned around, Marie was standing there by the entrance, but her expression and feeling about her presence felt exactly the same as the servants.
波長の合う合わないは生まれつきだよ。バトラは生まれつき波長が合わないタイプなんだよ。
Eh?
だから見えない、会えない、話せない。ベアトリーチェの一番嫌いなタイプだよ。
Oh, okay, of course. Maria laughed like it was funny, but it sounded extremely eerie. It was almost like she was laughing at me because I alone didn't understand.
ベアトリーチェのことが知りたい？ ベアトリーチェはね、千年の魔女なんだよ。
Also, the voice acting of Maria when she's like that, 11 out of 10.
Yes.
11 out of 10 really,
Yes.
really delivers.
あらゆる悪魔を刺激し、錬金術を極め、賢者の石を生み出し、莫大な黄金を生み出すことができる。おじいさまは彼女と契約することで、後ろ宮家に莫大な富を築いたんだよ。
Mm-hmm.
昨日私がベアトリーチェの手紙を読んだでしょ。あれは本当なんだよ。ま、バトラに信じろと言っても無理な話だろうけど。六冠が生まれつきさっぱりみたいだからね。
Okay. That's the waveland thing.
なんだよそれ。魔女？悪魔？そんなの誰に聞いたんだよ。
ベアトリーチェ本人に聞いたんだよ。
There we go.
Oh, yes, of course. Maria kept doing that unpleasant laugh. However, the sun was washed over, didn't even blink. She heard it from that witch in a portrait adorning the entrance hall. Maria kept on laughing in a weird voice, as though this was nothing more or less than the truth.
マリア、聞くだけ野暮だろうが、もう一回聞くぜ。昨日、マリアにあの手紙を渡したのは誰だ？
ベアトリーチェにもらったって何度言えばわかるかな。わかんないよね。
The thing about Maria is that she acts very adult-like. Like right now, is like
Yes.
the most adult in the room, or very kid-like in the most opposite sense of the thing.
Mm,
It's nothing in between.
yes.
見えないんだもんね。信じられないもんね。
Stan Maria's laughter suddenly stopped.
バトラ、まだわかんない？ベアトリーチェ様がいるのが。
いるって、どこにさ？
だからベアトリーチェ様がここにいるのが。
That's right. Now that I think about it, I've been feeling for a while now. The servant eyes haven't been pointing in quite the right direction. I figured they were just staring absent-mindedly, but it wasn't the case. The four are here, Genji-san, Kanon-kun, Kumasawa-san, and Maria. Everyone except me was looking at the spot right behind me. What the heck? I was right. She was actually right there. Holding my
Of
breath
course.
slowly, or in my dialect, I slowly looked over my shoulder. Of course, there wasn't anyone there. I've known that the whole time. However, everyone in the room except me was focusing on that point, as if there was someone there.
ベアトリーチェは1000年を生きた偉大な黄金の魔女。でも波長の合う人間にしか自分の姿を見せられないし、話しかけられない。
So Maria sees her.
Mm-hmm.
だからね、それがとても悲しいんだよ。だからバトラみたいな生まれつき魔法のセンスもかけらのない人に存在を否定されるのがものすごく嫌いなんだよ。バトラは幸運だよ。昨日私にお守りをもらっていてよかったね。
Oh, that's why it's not dead. All of the kids that had the charm, none of them are dead.
Well, wait. 3 people had the charm, possibly. Maria, maybe she had one more in her bag.
Yeah,
Butler had one.
George.
And Jessica, who
Jessica
gave
gave her
hers
to Natsuhi. But Jessica could have just been lucky that, like, she wasn't chosen because of that. She basically said "fuck you" to her mother. Yes, yes. But Maria, when they said, "Oh yeah, your mom's dead," she was like, "Oh, okay, So
Okay.
next question. So yeah, that's why it's not. But these explain why Butler's not dead, because probably yeah. Anyway, yeah, exactly. Probably Beatrice wanted to kill him, but he got the charm, so she
So
couldn't.
she couldn't.
それを身につけていなかったら、今頃ベアトリーチェのどんな呪いが身に及んでいたか分かったものじゃない。本当に幸運なんだよ、バトラーは。
ああ、あのサソリのキーホルダーかよ。あれって安っぽい景品か何かだと思ってたんだが、ちとは。
Well, it worked at least for 2 people right now. That we know.
それがなかったら今頃バトラがあの倉庫の中で顔面を砕かれて生贄にされていたんだよ。幸運だったよ、バトラは。
You know what? It's honestly interesting seeing a thing like this from a person that can't see or doesn't believe in the thing, because usually this stuff is known of the case. The stuff is, I don't believe it, but I can see it because anyone can see it, or I do believe it and I know there's something that's fucked up and I have to fix it. And I'm the only one that can fix it because only me can see the shit that's going on. So it's kind of interesting seeing these points of view.
Nice.
そうか。あれがなかったら、俺は今頃殺されてたってのか。
なんでバトラはベアトリーチェを信じないの？いるのに。今、そこに、ほら。ね、信じる気になったでしょ？信じなよ。マリアにお守りをもらったことを感謝しながら。あれがなければ、バトラは今頃倉庫の中。代わりに誰か一人が助かっていたかもしれないね。
Right then, I burst into laughter. Playing witches had been pretty fun until a second ago, but unfortunately, that last one seemed to be too much for me to gloss over.
じゃあ全然ダメだぜマリア。ってことなら悪いが、ああ全然ダメだ。
He said the line. Sorry.
Ah, yeah. Even Maria saw me suddenly start laughing. She stopped. Even though she didn't understand what I was laughing at, she realized it wouldn't be pleasant for her.
お前が傷つくだろうと思ったから俺黙ってたけどよ。お前にもらったお守りよ。俺ポケットに入れたつもりだったん
It
だけ
doesn't
どよ。
have it with him?
どっかに落っことしちまった
There
ん
we
だぜ。
go.
だから俺が今この瞬間に無事なのはお守りのおかげでもねえし。悪いが俺は自分の目で見たものしか信じねえ。第六感波長魔法のセンス悪いが俺はそういう眉唾なもんは一切信じねえ。クラスの女が霊感がいいの悪いのって言い出すのを聞いてると虫唾が走るのさ。あんたらがいくらじい様に給料をもらってるか知らねえが、そう簡単にはいかねえってことをよく肝に銘じておきやがるってんだ。
バトラ様。
カノン君たちが信じるのは自由だぜ。だが俺が信じるかどうかは常に俺が自分で決める。悪いがこの目で見るまでベアトリーチェなんてうさんくさいものの存在を信じるわけにはいかないぜ。
Spoke forcibly and sharply, and Maria started cackling again.
ならそれでいいんじゃない？ いずれお前のような波長が全然合わない人の目にもベアトリーチェは見えるようになる。もうじき蘇るんだよ、ベアトリーチェはね。
Oh, so she's gonna have a real body. Then that's the point.
そうしたら一緒にいっぱいお話をしたり遊んだりしようって約束してるんだよ。疑う必要も無理に信じる必要も全くない。現れるんだよ、もうじきね。
Okay. The starting screen? Okay. After a meal, some people tend to head to the bathroom while others prefer to relax for a bit. It seemed that several people had left the parlor just like I did when I went to the kitchen to drink some water. In the end, Natsui reluctantly retracted her order that everyone remain packed into the parlor. On the condition that no one headed to out on their own or strayed too far. In any case, if 11 people are shut up in the same room starting in the early morning, they will start to stagnate. Also, quite some time had passed, so everyone was starting to recover from the shock of that morning, and their sense of danger might have been weakening too. However, it was a certain fact that 6 people had been killed since this mention, so no one was completely negligent. So whenever they went out into the alleyway for a breath fresh of air, trying to act tough, they would quickly get scared of standing there isolated and would eventually return to the parlor. I guess it's like the north wind and the sun. If you force someone to stay shut in, they'll resist. But if you tell them to do whatever they want, they'll come back immediately. Oh yeah, just do like during COVID. People really do like not doing what they're told. See, told you.
Yeah.
Don't go outside. Everyone going outside.
Everyone.
Don't stay inside. Everyone stay inside. Oh. When the servants finished cleaning up from the meal, they returned obediently into the parlor just as Aunt Natsuhi has told them to, and sat on a sofa near the entrance, patiently awaiting orders. Maria, almost though she had suddenly finished playing witches, had returned to the pure Maria I knew very well, saying, "Ooh, ooh." What in the world happened back there? I hadn't felt even an atom of the presence of this person called Beatrice, who was supposedly standing behind me, invisible. However, it felt like it glimpsed a little of that presence inside Maria.
確かに、マリアちゃんは魔女とかの話になると人が変わるね。昨日海岸でバトラ君も見たでしょ。
サソリのキーホルダーの時か？いや、あんな機嫌を損ねるみたいな感じじゃなくてよ。まるで二重人格みたいな感じで。
Oh, okay, they're finally talking about it.
たまにそういうこともあるな。さっきマリアが魔法陣の話を始めた時みたいなやつ、たまーにあるぜ。気持ち悪いけどな。
Apparently Jessica had spotted the hihihihi Maria a few times. Just happened to catch it at a bad moment and was pretty freaked out seeing it from the first time.
あれってのは何なんだ？マリアは二重人格か何かなのか？それとも本当に霊感が強かったりとかして、そういうのに憑依されたりとかしちまうのかよ。
そういうのじゃないと思うよ。バトラ君にも経験ない？小さい頃、自分以外の誰かになりたかったなんてこと。
Oh, she's like acting, they're saying? When humans are born, no one has an individuality. However, when they reach their growth period, their sense of self starts to be born. They want to be different than other people, but since everyone else in their class is learning the same thing at the same rate and being forced into the same lifestyle, of course they're going to find anything that makes them different from everyone else around them. Once they realize, the first thing they do is start breaking the rules in what's called the rebellious stage. Since everyone else follows the rule, they want to show off their individuality by breaking them. So even those who try to act tough, mocking everyone around them and calling them childish, can actually be viewed as cute kids searching for themselves if you look at it in this way. Well, I'm lecturing about all this like I'm so smart, but I actually got this second from George and Nikki.
Of course.
I myself was one of those embarrassing guys who thought it was cool to act like a little bastard. Well, also, okay, I see what they're telling here. They're telling like she's acting chuny or something.
Yeah, basically.
That was when I was at the age of where you try to show off the opposite sex.
成長期の根底には子供から脱却したいというひよこが殻を破るのに似た衝動がある。子供と大人の違いは何かわかるかい？
年齢？それとも体格？
違うよ。大人が子供を見下すのは人生経験が少ないからだよ。子供が何を言っても鼻で笑ってしまうのは世間知らずのくせにと見下しているからだよ。
ああ、
I feel like there's a bad comment.
子供の頃って妙に人生ってもう悟りきったようなことを口にして、大人は子供が何を言っても世の中甘くないとか社会に出ればわかるとか鼻で笑ってる。まあ実際そうなんだけど、子供的にはそういうのって見下されてるみたいでムカつくんだよな。
なるほどな。知識や経験の有無か。確かに年齢だけ無駄に食ってても尊敬はされねえよな。
となるとつまり子供から脱却したいという衝動を持つ時期に、かつ他者とは違うという個性を持ちたくなる。子供からの脱却がつまり知識や経験なのだとしたら。
なるほど。他人の持ち得ない知識を持つことが一つのアイデンティティになるわけか。
小学校の頃なんかさ、クラスの誰も持っていたり身につけていたりするとヒーローになれたよな。
Yeah.
マトラもそういう経験あるだろ？
あるある。何か一芸に秀でたいと思うお年頃って確かにあるな。なるほど。それが子供からの脱却、つまり成長期って。
健全な意味での成長期はそうして没個性を脱却するために人が持たない知識やスキルを身につけることを。
Did you say that they didn't explain this Maria thing? But they actually explained it a lot.
This, yes, honestly, I forgot they said this.
That's okay.
Because they, I don't think this part ever comes back later.
No, but I mean, that's okay. It doesn't have to come back later. It's just a way to explain it. At least for now, it could be true, it could be not true, but it's an explanation.
Yeah.
これは
It's also is coming
社
from
会
the
学的
perfect
にも
boy.
面白いことだよ。
Of course, I mean, is the mansplaining one.
人が没個性を嫌うために人と違う技術を身
He,
につけようと
he knows everything, and also he's even too calm right now since like the love of his life is dead. But okay.
これによ
Right.
り社会は幅広い技術を獲得して立脚
L-
する。
look at this in this way. If it wasn't so calm, who would give you the perfect explanation?
No.
to what is
That's true, but it's also like it could be faking it. So it
Yeah.
could be like at that point you want. I could believe that you want to at least appear calm. It could be that inside is like boiling. So
Mm-mm-mm.
神々の高度なプログラミングに驚かされるね。
Jerk can mansplain, manipulate, and gaslight his way out of this. Maybe honestly, that's what I actually believe for him right now, because no one is perfect exists no one is perfect exists in real life. And if you think about it, he's the only one that doesn't really have any imperfection, in quotes. Like let's say, for example, Natsuhi tries to be responsible and everything, but she's carrying too much on her own shoulder, and that is not a positive thing. For example, and Eva, there's a long list on that, so I'm not gonna start. Butler got his own thing, is like too direct sometimes, is a little bit of is too direct, is not really well mannered or stuff like that. Jessica is a bit of how do you say that, tomboy and stuff.
Tomboy, yeah.
She can be a little bit aggressive or stuff like that. Everyone got his own thing, but him, and that cannot be real. No one is like that. And he also stands out alike because of that, because he's the perfect one. And
I thought you were about to say he's standing very menacingly.
Oh yeah, he stands out a lot because he's perfect. He's depicted as this perfect man, like all the others aren't. And I feel like at a certain point they're gonna say someone is gonna unmask him, or he's also gonna unmask himself.
まあ個性がネガティブに働くこともあるぜ。クラスみんなが真剣に勉強してるから俺だけはサボって目立とうとかよ。
Okay, that was a bit. That last bit really was true about me. It's only recent that I've been able to thank the middle school teacher who slapped me after school.
でもまあ誰も飛べない飛び箱を飛んでやりたいとか成績のいい連中を周回遅れにさせてやるぜってマラソンで全力疾走とか勉強はダメだったから少なくとも運動では見返してやるぜって根性はあった。うん、なるほど。ちゃんと成長期してるな俺。
Yeah, like everyone.
男子ってやっぱり肉体的な方面に関心が向くよな。
Not me. Not me. Trust me, not me. I only sucks at physical stuff. Really. I was the one that got blamed because we lost the game, usually. Yes, that was me.
I feel you.
That was me. We lost because of you, because you're not good enough. That was true. Because I wasn't good. But it's not a reason to accuse me.
でもよ、同じ時期に女子は精神的な面に向きやすいんだよ。バトラのクラスの女子にも占いとか霊感とかそんなこと言ってる女子連中のグループがあったりしたから。
That's cool.
Wait, that's me.
That's cool because they also talk about that mood. See, he also talked about that earlier of the girl that he hated the girls that was interested in fortune telling and stuff like that.
Yeah.
あったあった。人の星座とか血液型とか聞いてきて、ああやっぱりクスクスとか笑われると大いにムカついたもん。どこのクラスに行っても女子は占いが好きだし、決まって霊感に強いだの弱いだの感受性がどうこう見えないものが見えちゃう。
Very real. Very real.
そういう手合いが必ずいたもんだぜ。
Very real.
占いも霊感も学校では教えないものだからね。男の子と違い、内向的な世界に関心を持ちやすい女の子にとってそれはアイデンティティを確立しやすくて、かつ興味深いジャンルなんだよ。
男子が成長期に入ると急に悪ぶったりして大人に反抗を始めるのと全く同じに、女子も成長期に入るとそういうのに興味が出るようになるんだよ。私はそうでもなかったけどさ。
うん。つまりマリアがオカルトに関心を持つのは年頃の女の子としては
10 years old.
ないってことか。
It's a little bit strange, but okay.
Yeah, she's a bit younger.
Even if we accept that, I wonder if you explain that creepy dual personality thing. Actually, I think you probably could accept that explanation more or less.
さっきも言った通り、大人になるというのは知識や経験を持つことを言う。だからそれを得るために子供たちはいろいろなことを学んで子供を脱却しなければならないんだけど。
Hi, Jackson.
子供の世界に今も昔もはびこっているある便利な妄想があるんだよ。わかるかい？
漫画やアニメに多いだろ。
Wait, no, I wasn't following. Sorry. I read, but it didn't. No. I misclicked.
God damn it.
A certain convenient delusion that you see often in the world of children. Okay.
ほらあれだよ。前世の記憶が蘇って。
Oh, okay.
偉大なるなんとかの魂が乗り移ってとか。
ああ、他にも遺伝子が覚醒したりとか、封印されていた能力やら記憶やらが戻ったりとか、いろいろあるな。どういうわけか、あの時期はそういうのがやたらと流行るもんさ。どうしてだ？
今挙げたキーワードはすべて子供の自分に知識や経験を直ちに付加できる幻想だからだよ。9歳の女の子も1000年を生きた魔女が私に憑依していると言い出せば1009歳のアイデンティティが得られるわけだからね。
まあつまり勉強するのは面倒くさい。でも人とは違うスキルを持って周りに威張りたい。
Yeah,
チヤホヤされたい
okay.
っていう連中にとっては便利な妄想なんだよな。
They're really trying me to convince them that witch doesn't exist.
Yeah.
あとは子供からの脱却願望には必ず自分の理想像の自己とその願望の姿が別人格として形成されることが少なくない。バトラ君だって家と学校では多少キャラクターが違うということがあるんじゃないかな。
You could say slightly, but this is a little bit more than slightly. So
多分家での自分の姿をクラスの友人たちに見せるのは恥ずかしいはずだよ。
yes, but
学校の自分は自分のなりたい姿の投影で、家の自分は本来の姿だから。
つまりキャラクターの使い分けというか、人格の多重化はごくごく当たり前だと言いたいわけか。
No, it's not saying that. But okay.
オカルトが好きな女子はそれを憑依と言ったり覚醒と言ったりするぜ。正直ドン引きするくらいにキャラを変える子もいるよ。男子にもいるだろ。キレたとか言ってやたらめったら粗暴キャラに変身するやつが。あれ本人はかっこいいと思ってるんだろうけど見てて痛いよな。
つまりおさらいするとだ、マリアくらいの年頃の女の子がさっきみたいな不気味な二重人格、それほど珍しいものじゃないと言いたいのか。
I'm still not convinced, but okay.
簡単にまとめるとそういうことだね。アイデンティティは自己を形成するための大切なもの。それをバカにしたりするとかえってその殻に閉じこもってしまうこともある。だから
What about the servants though? They really believed in Beatrice, so that doesn't make any sense.
それを丸ごと受け入れてあげるのが親の包容力というものなんだけどね。
兄貴、 それで独身って信じられねえぜ。
Dude, why did you say that?
Oh.
Why?
もう子供が中学くらいに上がってそうな貫禄さ。じゃあローザおばさんもあのマリアの二重人格についてはよく知っていたのかな。
Okay, we don't see a censor to that, okay? Okay.
ここだけの話、ローザおばさんはすっごく嫌がってた。
You know what?
Hmm?
You know what I was thinking? It doesn't make it doesn't really have anything to do about this conversation right now. But in reality, could George be jealous of Butler?
About what?
Yeah. So it may or may not happen. So, but I was thinking George is made as being played like the perfect boy, perfect man. Probably probably his parents was very strict with him. Okay. And that is Butler. Butler's kind of do whatever he wants. Yeah, he got a lot of frees. He's like a free spirit, or whatever you can call it. He can do whatever he wants. He got his parents are not very strict with him. Apart, there could be like you could say that there's like an argument going on with his father, but it's there, but it's not like oppressing. Yes. It is, but it isn't. It's kind of big because it's like it didn't want him to remarry, is that remember it and stuff like that. But like he's very friendly with Kyrie and stuff like that. Could it be that if George really plays the perfect boy, but in reality he's really jealous of Butler because he's more free than him?
Yeah.
Don't answer, but it's just my reasoning going on right now.
I will just say that I like your reasonings generally.
Okay.
I find them very objective.
No, the thing is, when character speaks, I try to be in their shoes, and I try to whenever there's a conversation going on, I try to answer the way they would answer to that, or at least think the way they would think. Because like right now, Butler says something without thinking.
Yeah.
Okay, he wasn't really thinking about the Shannon's because we know that he knows because of the ring thing.
Yes.
He definitely knows. He is like Butler is the character that act and then thinks. Usually, we got that right now. It's very direct in many stuff, in many things. You can see that Jessica is a little bit similar to him for some things. But George is the complete opposite. He probably never says whatever he thinks. He's always the perfect one. He always withholds. He always is the one that never angry. Is the one that can never let himself go. Probably. Because yes, you could be kind, you could be everything, but you have a breaking point at some point. You have a breaking point. You cannot. You maybe not say anything or repress it, but it's there. You definitely think it. You may not say it, but you definitely think it. So it could be jealous. It could be a thing that is jealous about him. George is jealous about Butler for that. Because he would like to be more free in that way, but he can't. By the way.
This is a tell me you're a role player without telling me that you're a role player thing.
Oh yeah, I am. I definitely am. I definitely am. But yes, that's what I was thinking. And every time something they speak, I try to answer in my head the way they would. So let's go.
Understandable. If you're okay with this, let's
Finish the conversation.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, and then stop. Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Yes. My brain is slowly shutting down.
No, that's completely fine.
だからマリアがオカルトの話を始めたり魔女みたいな声で笑い出したりすると必ずビンタしてたぜ。
Of course. I mean, I wouldn't expect anything different.
だからマリアもローザおばさんがいる時にはそういう話をしないようになったみたいだけど。
And that's why she was acting like that. Yes. Okay. Like a younger kid that she actually is. Maybe think that we're just a little game from a girl facing their own growing period. Just a girl trying to show that she was different and independent by all the interest in the witches and the occult. And since she wanted to be different from herself, young as she was witching between her normal personality and the personality of her ideal, a witch. First I found it very disturbing, but after being lectured by Jordan Icky, it felt like this was the path everyone walked down at one time or another. I haven't told anyone, but when I was in the kindergarten, I joined up with a little gamble kid, tried to form a nerd defense force, saying without protect piece of... Okay, yeah, classic thing. My first read...
God.
What? This is a reference, actually.
Is this a reference?
Yes, there's a game called Earth Defense Force, and they chant EDF, EDF.
Oh my god.
Yes. The game,
I
the
just
game
got
about
sick.
the alien and the giant insect and stuff like that. Have you ever seen that?
No.
No? Okay, I'll show you later.
No.
Google.
I just got Chiconia's PTSD.
Oh. Why?
But
Can't say.
very long story.
Okay.
But children coming together to defend Earth.
Oh, okay.
Stuff. But I don't think it's that deep. It's just that maybe it's just the knowledge the author had in their mind when they started writing and they know about this and they go, well, maybe.
Oh yeah. No,
Maybe you could write a story, another kind of story on this.
Oh, okay. But this is a reference to Earth Defense Force, and they chant EDF because it's the Air Defense Force EDF. They do the chant like that.
Oh.
Just like usual, Maria was relaxing, immersed in a TV, oohing and laughing just like any girl her age. But on the other side, oh, Poppy?
What? What? What happened?
You disappeared.
What? You disappeared. Wait.
Oh boy, she dead.
I got disconnected from Steam.
Oh yeah, me too. So it's probably a Steam thing.
Oh.
No, it doesn't make me connect to Steam. So it's Steam. It's not because everything else works. So it's, today is a day.
Today is just CAF.
Today is just CAF one after the. Okay, I mean we're gonna end soon. So at this point, I don't even bother.
Yeah.
Whatever. Today is a day. Whatever. Wasn't that wasn't. Today's not the day. Yeah. Out there, I stream a different day than usual.
Exactly. Beatrice was keeping herself free specifically
for Monday.
For yesterday.
She couldn't do anything on Tuesday, so she was making me pay for that.
Exactly.
That wasn't anything extraordinary. It was a perfectly natural for a girl of her age. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, is this the point?
Yes, I think this is the point.
Yeah, because it feels like that conversation is done. Okay. Okay. People of the internet. I'd say that we can stop here, and it's also, you know, kind of late.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything to say?
Beatrice is beautiful, and it's just a shame that you're not of the correct wavelength to see her. She was right there on your screen, and you couldn't see
Oh
her.
no! Honestly, since what happened today, I definitely believe it. Out there, those foolish mortal postpone the stream. Yes, honestly, yes. I'm a believer now. Like they say in a certain song of a certain movie. So yeah. By the way, thank you people for being here. Next stream is gonna be tomorrow. It's fun. The scap, you laugh a little. Yeah, I mean, the scap can be a little bit fun. I can understand. The scap can be fun. I understand it. As a viewer, I can understand that the scap is kind of fun sometimes.
Yes.
And honestly, if that happens, you don't have to take it too seriously as the streamer. You just have to go with it. It's just gonna happen. You know that's gonna happen. You cannot do much about it sometimes. By the way, thank you for being here. I'll see you guys. Next stream for me is gonna be tomorrow. Wow. Next game for me is gonna be tomorrow. We're gonna continue. We're gonna try to kill Sans this time because last time I was like there for. I also got a bug that made me destroy my save file, but I cheated it and I got a save file from the internet because I said fuck it, I don't want to redo the entire game, and went directly to Sans. So yeah, we're gonna try and destroy him this time. Hoping this is gonna go better than last time.
You got this.
I was very close last time though, very close.
You got this. You got this. I believe.
I should believe also. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you for being here. Have a good night. You know what? I think we could like raise someone. Now that I think about it, I should we? If there's someone, because I don't know who's stream during the Tuesday usually. So let's check. Oh, Juni is streaming the Oblivion remake. Okay, people. Oh yeah, we have to go. Sorry, Jackson. You can come back tomorrow. We'll be back tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow. Okay, people. Thank you for being here. I'll see you in a pixel bit. Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye bye.